morning right here on the Bogart Radio.
Catch the Bogart Morning Show, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 to 11 a.m.
It's the Bogart Morning Show. My name's Ronnie J. Dre's extraordinary DJ.
This is Bogart Man Radio.
Another incredible morning right here on the Bogart Morning Show. It's a Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Hope your weekend was an amazing one because mine was fantastic. The name's Ronnie J. Dre's extraordinary DJ. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 up until 11 a.m. And it's nothing but incredible conversations that we got here, man. All right, cool. I got Chantel, I got Feroza here, we got Rob in the next hour as well, man. And yeah, man, we're gonna be chopping it up, man, like how we always do. How you doing this morning?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
I
No
like it when
complaints.
people say they're feeling good, because you know it fuels me to feel good. Feroza, you good?
I'm alive and breathing.
That's all we need. That's all we need sometimes. No, but seriously, that's all we need. You know what I mean? All the greats in the world, they just come. They just needed to be alive and breathing. That means you can achieve anything.
You know, there's a saying that says that you will care about everything, but until your health becomes a problem, that's the only thing you're gonna care about.
That is so
The only
true.
thing.
That is so true.
Forget about the money. Forget about everything. Nah.
You know, once your nose is blocked, that's when you see the importance of breathing. You're just
Yes.
there like, oh, sana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will never take. I'll never take it for
Yeah.
granted.
No, you can't take it for granted, man. Because hey, as soon as one organ on your body just goes haywire, that's when you notice, like, this is important. You
Now
know?
you start appreciating all the times it didn't hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. Hey?
Yeah.
So I wonder how the people in the 40s or in the 50s, because everything aches. They say everything aches. Like another day is starting to ache.
See, that's why you must start gymming now, do the yoga now, stretch now, walk now.
Exactly.
Do it consistently now so that you don't have such problems later.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of people are saying that. And there's this 69-year-old man called Russell Simmons. He had a podcast, in case you didn't catch it last week. He was saying the same thing. Like, you need to do it now before you get in your 40s. As soon as you reach 40, please just go to the gym, eat well, so that by the time you reach 60 or 70, you still be okay.
I started this thing in my 20s.
I see. Oh no, you're good.
I'm gonna be fit.
That's why. That's why I watch you.
I'm gonna be a baddie granny.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. 17 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. What you know, what you thought you knew. Bogart Man once said, and also we're gonna be talking about this trend that's been going on for top billing. Apparently, they found a presenter. You know.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
What? Okay, cool, man. Then we're gonna be chopping it up as well, man. Unemployment crisis also depends, jobless rates, and that one is climbing up to 32%. We're also gonna be chopping it up. We got Ravi also on the phone that we're gonna be bringing him. He's gonna give us a little bit of insight on that one there, man. Should schools focus more on entrepreneurship than traditional careers? It is something to discuss, because things are changing.
You know, I wish in life orientation that it wasn't a free period. I wish they taught me how to do my taxes. You know, how to budget, how to... Life skills.
Yeah.
Life skills, huh?
Yes.
Life
that's a
orientation
fact.
was always a free period.
Facts.
Yeah.
But I thought the taxes was for the accountant period or the math period. But it's okay.
But I feel like general knowledge as an adult, there's certain things you should be taught in life orientation.
In life orientation, 100%.
The facts. The facts, man. Definitely. It's the Bogart Morning Show. The name's Ronnie J. Drez, extraordinary DJ. Good morning.
Okay, so do you think when your looks maybe probably now to get to where you are?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
What a question.
Like, you know, I'm just testing the waters to see if he has like he's a snack.
Hey, bro, like imagine asking someone that. That's so wild.
Thanks for having me. I just thought it's about clothes, but there's a studio also, so
Yeah.
we're off to a good start.
It's also a twist, hey?
Yeah, and I saw my size when I entered, so I don't want to talk much. I'm driving a Jimmy, which is a Suzuki Jimmy 2026.
Okay. Oh.
So it's also a 4-wheel drive or something, I think. So I took that car up there to the mountains. I call it the scuffed-in because it's very small. It's like a lunch thing.
It looks like a lunch.
Oh, you saw it? Oh,
I've seen them. I've seen a few on the road.
So Trixie, you were speaking to Didi and Liema, and the mics didn't quite catch what you said. So I'm like, you guys say Big Brother season, yes, everything. He does not. I'm not going to repeat myself. They want to know what I said in that moment. But there actually is one thing that nobody got. But I don't actually want, okay, let me bring it
This is a very safe space.
I know, it's not safe.
No, she's being real. When we tell you it's not a safe space.
It's not a
Anything
safe
you
space.
say can be used against you.
In the court of Bogart.
Yeah.
There's certain people after the house who I've texted on some, yo, let's work, yo, this and that, and they just mised me. So now that I stepped out of the house, the other ones coming to me and they're like, yo, I got this thing for you, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, oh, okay. So before the house, it didn't take me serious.
Master Roshi,
exactly. So now it's like,
out.
I trusted you, but now I can't trust you. I really have to be selective with who I trust and who I bring into my space.
What's the first thing you did when you left the house?
First thing, just I started to speak Zulu first.
You're like, I'm tired.
In the morning, good morning. Yo, dog.
Other people don't actually understand what it was like to be in that house.
Yeah, and the thing is, once you get out, I feel like the person who can understand you, what's going on in your mind right now, is someone who went to the house. Yeah, that's why it's easy when I can meet up with the housemate, we'll talk. We have a lot to talk about. There's a thing that they call the works where they put something and they take your hair.
Yeah, I see. Hey, I'm not doing that.
I try to do it in the house, man. Hey, I'll never do it again. I can advise anyone. Never do it.
Never in your life.
I never.
Hey, bro, some people they call it a monthly maintenance, boy.
Yo,
Stuff.
And they started doing it nice, soft, and they'll be like, never true. I know.
In the house, you had this relationship going on.
Yeah.
How's that been going? You guys are both now out the house. Are you guys linking up? Siya text manje, siya tandana.
Benaz, you coming? Okay, cool, man. Everything. It's good. That's all I can say, man. We're still. Man, it's again, it's your my friends. Come on now.
Have you ever written a love letter to a girl?
Never true.
You know, my 2000s, they don't get beatings anymore. Why are you getting beatings at home?
Yeah, when I grew up. It's not let me say lessons.
Lessons, yeah.
There is the only thing that made me fight with this soccer thing. It was the fact that because they were not partying, man. You spend a lot of time in a soccer thing. Me, I just want to look good, man. I smell good. I think that was the problem, man. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think when your looks maybe probably now delay to get to where you are?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
What a question.
Like, you know, I'm just testing the waters to see if he has like he's a snack.
Like, imagine asking someone that. That's so wild.
Thanks for having me. I just thought it's about clothes, but there's a studio also, so
Yeah.
we're off to a good start.
It's also a twist, hey?
Yeah, and I saw my size when I entered, so I don't want to talk much. I'm driving a Jimmy, which is a Suzuki Jimmy 2026.
Okay. Oh.
So it's also a 4-wheel drive or something, I think. So I took that car up there to the mountains. I call it the scuffed-in because it's very small. It's like a lunch thing.
It looks like a lunch.
It's oh, you saw it? Oh,
I've seen them. I've seen a few on the road.
So Trixie, you were speaking to Didi and Liema, and the mics didn't quite catch what you said. So I'm like, you guys say Big Brother season, yes, everything. He does not. I'm not going to repeat myself. They want to know what I said in that moment. But there actually is one thing that nobody got. But I don't actually want, okay, let me bring it
This is a very safe space.
I know, it's not safe.
No, she's being real. When we tell you it's not a safe space.
It's not a
Anything
safe
you
space.
say can be used against you.
In the court of Bogart.
Yeah.
There's certain people after the house who I've texted on some, let's work, this and that, and they just mised me. So now that I stepped out of the house, the other ones coming to me and they're like, I got this thing for you, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, okay. So before the house, it didn't take me serious.
Master Roshi.
Exactly. So now it's like,
out.
I trusted you, but now I can't trust you. I really have to be selective with who I trust and who I bring into my space.
So, this is Rihanna, Monster, coming through with the legendary Eminem. affair. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. So, you know, Baby Rex, she's the one who wrote this song. You know Baby Rex, you know the song, man. Yeah, she's like a huge superstar as well, like Tyler levels.
BB Rexa.
BB Rex.
Oh, BB Rexa.
No, but how do you spell her name? It's B-A-B. Is it
BB Rexa.
Yes.
But how you? Oh, that's how you pronounce it.
BB Rexa. Yeah.
BB Rexa.
That's why she
but
didn't know
you don't
who you were
spell it
talking
like
about.
that. But you don't spell it like that. It's supposed to be B-I. It's like it's B-I. But anyways.
No, it's B-E-B-E.
Oh,
Rexa.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
BB
okay,
Rexa.
cool. Yeah, okay, I butcher names anyways. So she's the one who wrote this song. So I just saw an interview that she was at. And then she was like, no, Rihanna on that last part, she's actually saying, that's nothing. There's nothing new. So that's nothing new. There's nothing new. Imagine that. So
that happens to me a lot.
That's the whole time.
It happens to me a lot too.
Yeah.
That's why I need to see the lyrics early on, because if I get invested in a way I think the song is, I can't.
Exactly.
Same.
It's ridiculous.
Same. 100. You see everything you said, bar for bar, word for word.
Yeah.
Sana, I will sing my own things.
Let me just listen to that one more time. Like, you see, now you listen to it, it's different. That's nothing new.
I can't hear it.
I need to listen. Look.
I hear Rani.
Yeah.
I hear Rani.
Even me, I was mind blown. I was like, wait, because she was explaining, like, a lot of people get that confused, but I wrote the song and she's saying this, you know. Wow, that's something that we did not know. All right, cool, man. The time is exactly 9:31 right here on the Bogart Morning Show. The name's Ronnie J. Driz, extraordinary DJ. When we come back, we're definitely doing what you thought you knew. Good morning.
How's the boss here for noise? Let's throw a few donuts outside here.
Hey, I don't know. I hope he's listening. I don't know. But yeah, he's going to hear the noise. What you thought you knew every time I get blown.
No, that sounds wrong.
Alright. Okay, I was going to call you out for having a mindset of having a normal human being mindset, but yeah. But let's continue.
Can only be Firoza.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But you're human, so we're going to forgive you.
Yeah.
We're going to forgive you. We're gonna
So how do you guys feel about swallowing chewing gum, chippies?
Yeah, they say it just goes through your body and it comes out, but I don't think it does.
What do you think?
Because I've never, okay, it's not like I do look at it, but I just don't think, I don't know, but it has to come out at some point.
Till today, I don't swallow chippies.
Why?
Because I was told growing up that it's gonna get stuck inside because it's not like food.
I was told the same, that whatever you do, do not, like, there was even my dad put an age restriction. You can only have chappies from this age.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Until you learn not to swallow it,
Yes.
because it's going to get stuck inside.
And what
of
age
you.
was that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. But I remember he told me, like, you can't have until
you're old enough.
Yes.
Yes.
Can't have a lot of things until you're holding out. That's
Yeah.
what they tell you with the press.
Yeah.
Chippies was one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's crazy is that this is actually a myth. It's not true.
As usual.
It's not true.
As usual.
The chippies will pass right through you.
Really?
Yes.
This is so funny.
In about 24 hours, it will be
24
gone.
hours? I thought it was longer than that.
That is funny.
That's why I actually don't swallow, because my parents told me, like, it stays in your body until for like weeks and it's gonna give you problems, so don't swallow it.
I have swallowed it before. And because it was so big, it hurt so bad.
Aww.
And that validated what my mom was saying. That was the, yeah.
I'm sure
I
you
was
were scared.
So scared, bro.
You know, parents cook up a lot of things just to make you
I was
do
so
a lot
scared.
of things.
I was
You know,
so
yeah, they cook up a lot of things just to keep you out of harm's way. Have you
There's
noticed?
so
Yeah.
many things that we eat that actually cannot be digested in the same way. Bubblegum can't be digested. Like corn, millies, they can't be digested. Nuts,
Wait, what?
seeds,
Isn't that what they qualify as healthy foods? Those
they
ones?
pass right through you.
Is it?
They have certain amino acids, etc., proteins or whatever that
so
are good
the
for
body
you.
takes that.
But everything else, it will pass right through you. Like corn will come out as it is.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
Wow.
And then you get that redness
No.
from your beetroot, from your beetroot.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I thought you were
yeah.
gonna say something else.
No.
Feroza, what's wrong with you today?
I haven't had my coffee yet.
Please, somebody bring Feroza a cup
No,
of coffee.
it's right
please.
here. I just haven't sipped it yet. I just made it.
Drink your coffee.
Okay, but yes, that is today's edition of What You Know is not what you know. But yeah, don't go ahead and swallow your chippies now. But don't panic if you do by mistake.
Yeah, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nowadays I don't. I just literally make sure that it
Nowadays?
goes out. Yeah, well,
Was there
when
a
I was a
time?
kid.
Oh.
When I was a kid, it was like, hey, it tastes so nice. You know, but yeah, man. But thank you for that one there, man. This is the Bogart
That was
Morning
such
Show.
a good one.
Yes, it was, eh? All right, the time is exactly 9:36. When we come back, we're going to catch up with what's happening in the world and also the news of what's happening locally. Good morning. It's the one and only, the Iceman.
There's one clip that gets me every time I come across it.
I think I know.
There's just one clip. With this thing on my head, what? Where did that come from? Do I look pretty with this? Why? Why? No, I think I could have acted way better. Like, why?
Artists should never die with stuff in them. So
Yes.
you need to strive to die empty.
Don't die with music in the hard drive.
Yeah. You know,
Don't do it.
You know how many creatives we know, bro, like that are just sitting at home and there's just dope music on their laptop and nobody knows it.
I've got dope music on my laptop.
Take it out.
Take it out.
Yeah, but shout out to you, man, for teaching people how to DJ, because you know you're empowering the next generation as well, especially people in your position and with your talent as well.
Yeah, I think essentially, bro, like I got into the space because I was also taught by someone, and sometimes it's just that, it's just the knowledge barrier. There are people who are DJing who still need a bit of knowledge on how to do certain things, and I'm a craftsman, so I believe in craftsmanship. So you focus on your craft.
AI is on the table. What are your thoughts about it? Because you're in studio now.
Yeah, bro, like it's like any other technology for me. Right now, everybody is going crazy over AI and everything like that. There's going to be something else after AI. The BI, ZI, you know what I mean? TI, you know. Just learn how to use these things, bro, because none of these things are going to take away from the human quality. Like nothing's going to take away from humanity. You know, nothing's going to take away from your creativity. But the person that knows how to use it and you don't will smoke you.
Of
You
course.
understand? Yeah. So you just need to understand that also we are in a very competitive space.
Very.
So learn
Very
to
much.
compete. If certain people are using it to enhance, you know, and obviously like as a creative, you know what you do and you know where you lack.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
wherever you lack, find things that can assist with that lack. You understand? So for instance, I can't really play piano with my eyes closed and like, you know, but I can get those keys if I hum them to an AI and be like, I want keys that go pa 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 pa. It will do that for me, and I'll get that and I'll use it on top of what I've already created.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't know why people say that's cheating. like, it's not cheating.
Bro, like you cannot also expect to play fair in a game that's rigged.
It is
You know what I mean? Like the game generally is rigged.
Yeah.
People are finding ways out to maneuver. So when I was stop crying.
It's your fault.
Over the recent years, a lot of artists have had to eat exposure on their table for quite a few meals, possibly 3 times a day. Now that you've been,
No, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
some people think exposure can really fill up your fridge. Now that you've been here for about 5 years in the industry and quite thriving, you've established yourself with some relevant artists. As an artist in a business sense, have you gotten to a point where you're able to translate exposure into actual revenue?
Yes, it's about capitalizing on your brand, but like in order to do that, you have to have a brand to start with.
That's why you're brilliant. That's why she went to law school. This is why, because she took herself as a brand,
I mean,
not as a singer, because the music is gonna run out. Okay,
I mean, I'm definitely still a singer. I don't know,
but you're a brand.
I'm very
a singer
pro
is
art,
it's a category underneath her. I like
True,
that.
but firstly, I believe art will last forever, so I don't think music will.
No, of course,
die
it's gonna be
someday.
there.
Art will last
So
forever.
you're an artist more than a musician.
Yeah, I love art in
No,
general.
but you're a brand above everything else, and I love that you
can't
mentioned
say I'm a
that.
brand above everything else. I'm a musician.
Okay.
And the musician has to have a brand.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, my
Oh.
core work is music. My career is in music. But I'm not the only person who dictates what.
Only Drake, the Iceman, make them cry. Apparently, this is the song that's terrorizing. I like one of the best songs that's actually in the charts. And for the first time after months, hip hop is back in the Billboard charts.
I heard a valid question. Where are the Taz's Angels actually?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, hey.
They just like fell off. They just disappeared. That's crazy.
Yo, man, Drake is saying a lot of things in this album. Like, it was like I was playing it because I haven't even finished listening to it. But all the songs that I've just listened to, it's just amazing. It's just like bar for bar. That is talking about somebody, an event that happened, or, especially Kendrick, sometimes he's even reciting Kendrick's words and just bars on bars. I'm like, yo, shout out to Drake, man. That's heavy.
I haven't gotten the chance to listen to it. But I will.
No, it's literally, it's good. That's all I can say. It's a good album. I haven't even started listening to the other two albums. Jeez. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. All right, cool, man. The time's exactly 41 minutes. Let's catch up with what's happening in the news.
If you've been online, you probably have seen those top billing auditions. So, legendary lifestyle television show Top Billing has officially returned to SABC 3, bringing with it a fresh lineup of presenters while also introducing a modern approach to auditions. So the comeback season includes new faces such as Zozibini Tunzi, Bryony Gavanda, Anohrif, Sine Mbulu. So alongside legacy presenters including Basitana Kumalo, Jonathan Lee, Dr. Fez Mkize, Rael Domoni, and Dr. Michael Moll. The show also launches a nationwide search for a new presenter through online auditions via social media instead of traditional in-person casting sessions. The move has sparked mixed reactions online. Some people believe social media auditions create more accessibility and opportunities for ordinary people, while others feel it exposes hopeful contestants to unnecessary public criticism and humiliation.
Because I've been checking out a lot of trends videos. They were quite funny, and it was just like, what is going on here? Now that you've actually mentioned this.
Yes.
So that's what the whole thing was about. Wow.
Yeah.
Because people just turned it into a joke because it's the internet now. It's like now people are not taking Top Billing seriously.
100%.
There's one name that's not there, so I'm not taking Top Billing seriously as a whole.
Who?
Bonang.
Mat. No, she is there. She is.
Is
there.
she hosting?
No, she's not hosting.
Then I don't care.
Yes, but I think she is a part of the people there because she made an announcement, and gave people a word of encouragement and stuff like that.
If she's not saying welcome to Top Billing, I don't care. I'm not watching. I don't
Wow.
care.
Yeah, no, man. But there's a lot of people with talent. I feel like they were just auditioning, but they were not auditioning because they were doing the trend now. But they were so dope that they were doing the trend. That they should be part of this.
Somebody was mentioning that when it comes to things such as Top Billing, unfortunately, after talent comes looks. You need to look a certain way.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yes, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, man, you can't be having Kaba there now you're on TV.
That's exactly what
telling
they were
us about
saying.
the $1 billion mansion.
If you have a black thick accent, they won't take you.
You know what
Is
I
it?
realize about our industry is that as people inside of it, we are desensitized. We know how to prep for castings and photo shoots. For us, it's just matter of fact, but the general public is not desensitized to that. So if you mention that we don't want people like A, B, and C, they get mad.
Yes, they
Isn't
do.
that backwards
They
though, what
do.
you just said? Like, they want a certain accent, like how? Like, we're in 2026. Like,
That's what I meant. It's the industry.
It's the industry,
is very cutthroat
unfortunately,
about what they
yes,
want.
Yes.
And I feel like the industry shouldn't be cutthroat because they're about to be out, because traditional media is not the same anymore.
Well, I mean,
they need to join what is there now, because who's gonna watch Top Billing? Because you're gonna show me a mention that somebody has already shown me on social media already. So what's so special about you?
Yes.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So they need to change their ways. Like, why am I going to switch on a TV?
Let's see what they come up with. They haven't even premiered yet. Let's see what they have in store. The fact that they're even doing the audition process on social media means that they are aware of the changing times. So let's see how they've adjusted the show to these times.
I think they're just doing the auditions just to create hype. Because
I think
it's a hype
you
thing,
could be
because
right.
they saw that, so they can't do without social media and their content compared to social media, and now you're trying to gatekeep this content. It's just not gonna work. Like gatekeep. There's TikTok. Like somebody can actually make this whole production like 50 times cheaper than them, and it comes out the same thing. I've got the same thing to the access and the same mention.
Yeah, no, Shem, but they were able to create hype.
Shout out to Rena.
And I think for people who are auditioning for things such as Top Billing, this is where digital footprint also comes in. You need to be clean. You need to be clean. Otherwise, they will not take you.
Yeah, but it's going to tie into like this whole thing just changing, because they're gonna get with one person. Now the whole social media got talking about Top Billing. That's why I was because without that, they were never going to cause a noise about Top Billing.
Fun fact: I once participated in this type of audition process. I made it to the top 5 of the presenter
Shout
search
out.
for
Shout out.
Shizness
Actually,
on
do you know what I
YouTube.
think?
Shout
I think
out to you.
I think you would have been in the top something for Top Billing. You have the body, the beauty, the brains, everything. Literally, literally. I think you would have been perfect for Top Billing.
It's just I'm antisocial now.
Okay.
It's just you're antisocial now, but your body, face, everything.
Okay, Chantal, snuff gas.
I'm gonna be no more now. Ronnie is jealous. What's your problem? It's okay, my guy. It's okay. Oh.
Okay, cool, man. So, which brings me to the next thing, man. I mean, it's they have to change their ways, because entertainment is just different nowadays. That's what I think.
I know,
literally.
But so
and
far,
also, it just leads to
fire.
Yeah, they just leads to unemployment. Employment and everything else. I see what they're trying to do.
Everything's changing across the board, I think.
But the traditional media is not how it is. Because I was thinking about it the other day. Like, you can go to university and learn about radio broadcasting, but that type of radio broadcasting right now, a lot of radio stations are shutting down.
Yes.
Like, in that type of media, what you're learning is irrelevant now. In the future, you know what I mean? Like, literally, it's irrelevant. So, but what you can do is study sound engineering. That's never going to go anyway. So if you study sound engineering, it kind of covers also the radio broadcast aspect of things.
But we also have AI, Ronnie.
Yeah. No, but engineering, you can't AI that.
Maybe over time, maybe in the future, in a couple of years.
You can't, because it's a physical job. Because remember, if you go to a concert, who's going to set up that?
Well, maybe over time, there won't need to be any setting up to do.
So how are you gonna take sound?
I don't know.
To 5,000 to 10,000 people.
I don't know.
No, Coachella and the desert can't be set up by AI.
Thank you. Thank you. So I was just thinking, like, if you're going to university or something like that, and you're gonna study about just radio broadcasting, just how to speak, it's not. Yeah, you can get some ways of like learn a few things, but it's not like a job that's going to be there in the long run, because things have changed. It's just that traditional media is still very strong. I won't lie, it's still very strong, but it's just been outpositioned.
Makes sense.
That's all. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that. They need to understand that it's just the entertainment of just audio is not enough anymore. You need to do something else, like what we're doing, like the Bogart Morning Show.
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree with that. I do. I really agree with that. I feel like even when it comes to acting as well, going to school for acting alone.
Yeah, you see?
You're setting yourself up. I don't want to lie. You are setting yourself up.
Because there's a lot of actors on TikTok.
There's a lot of actors on TikTok.
There's a lot of actors there.
There's a lot of people who discovered that there is something called acting, and now they're attending classes for it, and stuff like that. So yeah.
So I think it's it might be a 1% contribution to also just the unemployment rate of what is going on around, Yeah, but speaking about that, obviously we've got the South African unemployment crisis deepens, actually, despite the billions spent on skills and training. So I think the skills and training, they're just doing the wrong ones. Personally, is what I think, And the South African official unemployment rate has jumped to 32.7% in the first quarter of 2026.
That's a lot.
So that's like... That's just, you know what I mean, already, but personally I think that's a big contribution of what the tertiary sector is. They need to change that. They just I think they need to get rid of some things to say, you know what, let's put this underneath another, like I just gave an example of radio broadcasting should just go under engineering. That's what I think. And a lot of people who study that, I mean, it's the same industry if you look at it, and
it is.
Because you're going to have to learn how to do jingles. You're going to have to do how to just radio imaging, and for that you need engineering skills. So just learn the whole thing. Yeah, man. So according to the stats, SA country is now over 8.1 million unemployed people.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of people, dude.
That's a lot of people,
It's
and
too much.
It's very much too much. It raises the questions a lot, man, like a lot of questions. But thank God we got Rabbi wrote, one of our greatest journalists right here on the Bogart Radio. So he's going to be telling us a little bit about what he thinks and also his insights that he finds on the ground, depending on obviously the spike in the unemployment rate. Good morning, Rabbi.
Hey, morning.
Morning.
How are you doing this morning?
How I'm doing this morning?
Oh, we're good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay, man. You can hear me well. I'm hearing a
we just
bit of an echo on my side.
Yeah, you're just a bit muffled, but it's fine, but we can hear you. So we were discussing about the spike in the unemployment rate, which is now 32.7%. What are your thoughts on that? And what do you think causes the spike, and how can we combat this?
Yo, man, there's a few things, actually. I'd like to group it into two. There's characteristics of this broader impact, and there's also structural causes. By structural causes, we are looking at things that we can quantify. Like, for example, the economic growth is too weak. The economy is not growing fast enough to absorb new workers.
Okay.
If you can pay attention, for example, last year we had 900,000 about students who wrote the exam. And yes, we got the highest pass rate and so forth. But our institutions cannot accommodate all of the matriculants who have passed. So automatically, there is a pipeline in which youth are flooding into that leads them to unemployment. You know what I mean? There's also things like skills mismatch, with many graduates who do not necessarily match industry demand. You know what I mean?
I see.
And there's things like, corruption, state capture, for example. You look at how state capture weakened infrastructure, governance and investor trust. But there's the elephant in the room. There's the elephant in the room right now with illegal immigration. I say it's an elephant in the room because it's one of the characteristics of the broader impact. Because when you look at the township economy, word on the ground is that illegal immigrants are taking over the township economy, further pushing or youth into unemployment and so forth. So it's quite convoluted, man. It's not something that you can just pinpoint and say that this is one main reason, specifically with the illegal immigration, because that is the smoking gun leading to the local government elections in November. You know what I mean? So those are some of the things we're looking at.
Yeah, man. Obviously, they're gonna try and obviously the politicians they're gonna try and use that obviously for their campaigns and everything else. But the actual real fact is that there's a lot of things that needs to be fixed and put into place. So what are some of those things do you think they should be put into place?
Well, firstly, man, we need to really look at education as a whole. Of course, this sounds like something that's going to take decades and decades, but I mean that's all we have is time. I say education because our education is exactly what they say it is. It's basic. What this means is that when a matriculant gets their certificate and say, for example, they're not going into university or college or whatever the case might be, they don't have any skill whatsoever to empower themselves. That's the level of the basicness of our education system called basic education. You know what I mean? So really, man, of course, when we look at things like your illegal immigration, there's ways that can be navigated in a sense. You know that there'll be strict protocols at the border. There's many ways that we hear politicians tell us how they would solve the illegal immigration. You understand? But we look at things like education. Personally, I feel like if we were to really remind us as parents and the young adults and youth that, by the way, guys, we don't need to all have to go to university and do degrees and diplomas. There's TVET colleges. You know what I mean? I speak of TVET colleges because of practical skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, man. A lot of people they shy away from these practical skills. Do you know why? I don't understand.
Yes. Well, I don't necessarily I know why, but this is what I think. There was a time when practical learning, technical schools were shunned upon. They were referred to as slow learners. If you go to a technical school,
yes, especially
you
in the
understand.
hood. Yes.
Yeah, because they were like, you're not intelligent. Yeah.
From being able, we moved from being able to matriculate with practical skills because we all want to go and get degrees. And on top of that, only like about 40 or so percent, if I have the numbers prop, nearly half actually of graduates are underemployed or unemployed within the first year of graduating. So we are all rushing there. We are leaving the artisan skills that we need. We need electricians, we need plumbers, we need, but nobody wants to do that. You know what I mean? We want to get degrees.
100%.
So in a way, our parents are to blame because they were pushing the false narrative.
Yes, they are to blame.
Or maybe they just didn't see the future.
No, they are to blame. They are to be blamed because I remember back in school, right? There are kids who had difficulties grasping subjects, so teachers would sign them up to go to TVET colleges. And the teachers are the ones who are driving that narrative. You would say, "This my child is a slow learner," so they will go to a TVET, which is not true.
Yeah, so there's no such thing as a slow learner. Let's just agree on that because it's just feeding the child the wrong thing.
100%. So, Mr. Rabi, do you think that entrepreneurship should be pushed harder than traditional employment?
Well, harder is the part of the question that I don't necessarily agree with. Equally is how I would phrase it. Reason being, when we're speaking about entrepreneurship, really we are saying that you should have some skills, for example, you know what I mean? Be it financial literacy, be it some artisan skills, because you can start an electrician or plumber company and so forth, you know what I mean? But definitely entrepreneurship should be pushed as alternatives. You understand? It's the same as saying not everyone is going to be an academic.
Yeah, exactly.
Not everyone is going to be an entrepreneur.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And it always doesn't work, eh? It always doesn't work that way. But thank you so much, man, for your insight there, man. Really appreciate it. And yeah, man, we are speaking. Robbie, are you still there?
I'm still here listening so much, bro. Thank you so much.
All right, cool, man. Thank you so much for that one. But we'll probably have you back next Monday.
Okay.
All right, cool. That was Robbie Road, ladies and gentlemen. We're speaking all things about the state of which that employment rate is like. You know what I mean? So, should schools focus more on entrepreneurship than traditional career? Hit me up on the Bogart Radio app. Let me know your thoughts as well. It's an exciting time right here on the Bogart Morning Show. It's 10 o'clock. Good morning.
They call me the leader of the youth and the speaker of the truth. Yeah, it's something that I've always been moving by.
That's powerful.
Yeah, but everyone's the leader of the youth. It just depends where you're leading them to. So I decided I want to lead the youth towards positivity. Especially I want to protect the girl child. Because I've seen a lot of things happening to the girl child, bro. Whether it's out of exploitation, whether it's out of ignorance, whether it's out of all these situations that cause people to start doing a lot of things.
When did you start this path? I know you've been doing music for a long time, but the path to say, look, I think we need to stand here. I think I need to put this message out.
I started it on the 3rd of August, 2020.
Oh, it's so specific. Okay.
That's when I started this whole agenda. Back in the day when I was in university, I was probably trying out everything. Yeah, I would just sing about anything. I've been a little bit versatile with the music.
Okay.
But then I had to sit down and just realize that, okay, who do I want to become? What do I want to say that actually makes sense and gains me the respect in the society?
I want to dive into a little bit about the music industry, especially in Zim.
Yeah.
How is it there? What's the difference between here and there?
The first difference that I could probably say as a rapper is back there, people take beefs personally, man.
Yo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot just rap and have, like, those competitions that we do as rappers. We're supposed to beef and have that competition, that creative competition. You can't really do that without people catching feelings back there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just saw a couple of tours. I don't know if they're true, but you're here to confirm whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
You're saying the whole tour is people when you announce the tour, they say that you're not doing it in Zim.
Yeah, they said that.
They were pretty upset about that.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Well, actually...
And why are they doing it?
I'm going to blow the secret right here.
Okay.
I actually have big plans for Zim. When I go back there, I need a couple of G-Wagons getting me by the airport.
Save the best for the last.
Yeah.
For the last.
On the way to do a homecoming show, because I haven't been there for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they haven't even seen me with this haircut. I used to have dreadlocks.
Big shout out to Bogart Radio. Stay tuned.
Now we are here with the main man, the Mr. Party himself, Mr. Questa, Mr. Dakar. How are you, my brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Now, tell me, what has been the highlight of your career since Dakar 2, and how has it impacted your journey?
Damn, man, I've been fortunate enough to have a very long career. Which is a blessing and a very rare thing. So I have quite a few highlights, but for me, it's always the processes of things. Like making Dakar 2 was probably the most difficult, easy, fulfilling, soul-drenching, it was like that experience of just creating that music from small things like Yabandi Studio, Econo's Band, having to hop to that other studio, you know, Stanis Malia guest, you know. So just that whole process of making the album has been my personal highlight. And as far as I guess what people see, these songs have plaques, and you know, this album has a couple of awards to its name. So those are highlights as well. You know, they speak to the thing. But for me personally, the process of making this album, as soon as I was done making it, it didn't belong to me anymore. It
belonged
kind of,
to the people.
Yeah. So
amazing.
I can't take that. I kind of just have to get stuck with the process.
Amazing. Now, it's been 10 years of Dakota, which is why we're here, but it's been a long time of you making the music, getting into studio, and you have been praised for blending hip-hop with local sounds and different languages, right? So what's your approach to actually making your music to resonate with local people and also targeting a broader audience?
So I don't necessarily have a formula, you know, or a ritual or a thing. I know when I do this, it's a song like this that comes out, you know. But I always do try and normalize the song, like make it as human as possible. And the humans I know, you know, are from the hood. They, you know, Tsepo, Sviso, Ndombi, Untanta. You know, I kind of always have them in my mind when I make songs, you know. As much as I do have the rapper, you know, me has other rappers in mind, you know, or people who would love the raps, the punchlines. You know, I do have, you know, immortal what in my head, you know, and so I try and fuse all of those and give little bits and pieces of myself to that, because I think just generally, I would just look ngigeleza singamleni, you know, nginey'mpintshi zey'ngama, nginey'mpintshi zabodaki, you know.
So you're a coconut, so black on the outside, white on the inside.
You know, I can't knock my mom's hustle. You know what I mean? So akufana uzamile ngesikela, and I can't take that for granted. So my days were always split into two. You know, like any other kid, I guess. La uvuka khona iselokishini, and then half the day or the rest of the day usesikela, and then it says cheesy, you know, and then we abuya futhi uselokishini. So all those things play a role in me, and I try not to forget them whenever I make music. You know?
So, amazing.
Yeah, and I think that helps with also just the versatility of my stuff. I don't think my thing is one-sided. I think I can move around, you know, the industry and the sounds and the genres, you know, or at least I try. All because I just open myself up to the things I've seen and the things I've learned and the people I've met, the places I've been. All those things are the things that write the songs.
What has your message been? What is your message to your fans and the people that have kept your music alive?
Yo, man, just gratitude. I have nothing but gratitude. Just thank you. It takes a lot for. I don't make privileged music, so.
It can't get any better than this. Fluoride, Wild Ones. Oh man, CSGO is such an amazing voice, eh? It's just off the level. It's just off the charts. This is the Bogart Morning Show. The name is Ronnie J. Dress, extraordinary DJ. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 9 and 11 a.m. And you can't miss it. So I did pose a question. Should school focus more on entrepreneurship than traditional careers? We had Roberto also suggesting, like, look, man, you need to go to the tertiary and the other special skills school. So, because that's what's happening right now. So I'm sitting there thinking that, is it because of the contribution of AI that most of the other jobs, because most of the professional jobs, to be honest with you, they've been taken over by AI. What you think is professional.
I think
most of them.
Society is its own worst enemy.
100%.
There's a lot of people that won't take certain jobs. They don't want to take certain opportunities, like Rabbi mentioned, going to a TVET college, because abantu bazothini.
Sana, teachers as well.
Which is a narrative from way back.
Teachers have driven this narrative for such a long time. We grew up knowing that TVET is for slow learners.
They literally said the same thing to me. I also grew up in the same environment where they'd mock you and say, even with passing matric, you can't just pass in J. If you didn't pass with the bachelor, they're making fun of you.
Yes,
yeah, 100%. Man. Yeah, like
this is why you'd find people committing suicide. It is because of such things.
Yeah, and the pressure comes from all angles, not just the education system. Family members, your parents, everybody. They will shun you for you just trying to make a way out. And it gets to people, so therefore they don't even want to try.
Yes.
I was one of those kids. Thank God, like I didn't think of it that way. I just loved doing technical things. To be honest with you,
Yes.
so I was just in love. So I didn't care what anybody says. You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
So because in school I was bad, but I was never bad at mathematics. I was never bad at physics.
Yes.
It was almost like those are the only subjects I was going to school for.
You know what?
And-
I feel like in society, maths and science are the only subjects that matter.
Yeah, no, there are. You
They are
know?
the only
No,
subjects
the
that
others are very
matter.
important. But
If you're horrible at English, perfect as long as you're good at maths and science.
yeah, because I was very bad at English. I was very bad at history, geography. Yeah, it was kind of interesting, but it was a bit, you know. But the other ones, I used to struggle to read a lot. But when it comes to math, because it's just numbers, and I used to know it's just from point A to point B. I mean, you come back, you learn the same thing. It's not going to change. But with English, then they make you stand up and read the paragraph. Ronnie, please read the paragraph. Ha! But ma'am, you know.
I think we all specialize in different things. For me, for example, don't give me maths. And it's funny because I did physics and pure maths in
Yeah,
school.
you know what I mean.
But I hated it. Give me English. Tell me to go stand in front of the class and say my speech. I'll do it.
Now we can hear with the accent. You're one of those
But you
kids.
know, like I
The
feel like we
accent.
all specialize in our own things. You're good at your own things, so you
Exactly.
need to allow your kid to identify what they're actually good at and specialize in that thing.
So
You know, this reminds me of the conversation that we had at the imagination room, where
You get an
Mr.
imagination
Leander,
room?
yes, where Mr. Leander was saying that.
which school you go to?
No.
Okay, I'm just
No,
saying.
in Norwood.
In
The
Norwood.
imagination room in Norwood.
Yes.
The cool hangout spot.
The cool hangout spot.
Okay.
Yes.
Imagination room.
Where Mr. Leander was talking about how parents should hone their kids' interests and talents. You know, it is okay for your kid to be good at sports and maybe sports only.
Okay, so we're all agreeing right now on this table that the narrative of saying they are slow learners does not exist.
It doesn't
Let's just
exist.
put that in the bin.
It does not exist.
Yeah, you're just not feeding the child the right things.
Yes.
That's what I think.
And
yeah.
also,
You need
your
to
kids
change
are
the
going to change their interests. One minute, your kid's going to be into karate. The next thing, he wants to play soccer.
Yeah.
Next thing, they want to do music. Allow them to explore, because that's how you find out what you're good at.
So with us agreeing with this, does that mean that you have to change also the curriculum in some way, or maybe the educational system needs to change? You guys think so?
Yes.
It needs to change,
Yes.
right? Okay, cool. So we're all in agreement, because I think at the tertiary level, they need to let go of some things. It's done,
They do, sure.
guys. Or maybe just have them, but it's just a thing that's not put in front of kids.
Not just at tertiary level, from the foundation
Yes, from
phase.
the foundation phase.
Like the education system needs to be set up in such a way that allows kids to follow and participate
Yeah.
in their interests.
Very important, because now you're going to school for graphic design. The graphic design.
What is up with you and graphic design? Every chance you get, you come in for it.
No, but I spoke about radio broadcasting, guys. Come on, come on, guys. Like, come on, man. I'm just saying, like, guys, these things are gonna be obsolete in the next coming years, and we can't keep. Now you're feeling the child. Like, imagine the child that just goes to school and gets a degree in radio broadcasting or graphic designing. In the next 5 years, they're expecting to get a job. They're expecting to do this. And the big institutions, I mean, they're still hiring a person who does that, of which is going to be obsolete, like SABC, for instance. Like, you can't.
I think there's certain industries that you need to evolve with. There's industries that grow, like IT, for example. It's constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. So if you know you're going to get into IT, even if you're working in IT, do the short courses, brush up on your skills, make sure you're aware of updates, etc., and all of those things, so that you don't get outworked or outshined by somebody else.
You need to be a step ahead all the time.
Exactly. So you need to recognize if the field you're going to or the field you're in is one that actually requires you to be consistently locked in.
And on this topic, just to add on, there's a country in Africa, I just forgot which one it is, somewhere in the continent, where they're eradicating mathematics as a compulsory subject. One of the contributing factors is because it takes so much for a child to pass mathematics on a higher level, and they've realized some of these kids that actually pass mathematics don't go far, not necessarily don't pursue it or don't pursue that career, don't pursue numbers as a career path, but it's almost counts as a point of, okay, actually if you don't pass maths, we're not going to progress you to the next round or to the next grade or to the next grade. But now in essence you're fine, like Feroza says, maybe this child might not be academically inclined, maybe this child might have other talents that they want to pursue, but because you are holding them, because of mathematics is such a compulsory subject, you're holding them back because the child doesn't pass mathematics. So rather consider what the child is actually good at. And I think some of the schools will come out and say, your child got 40% in mathematics, but maybe he got 80% in history, maybe he got 80% in geography.
Yeah, things like
Can
that.
we not consider what this child's strong points are, and then direct him into the right into the right career path, into the right subject choices?
Yes.
Whereas now he sits there and he thinks, I have to pass mathematics, I have to pass English, I have to pass home language 1 in order to be considered university graduate or university entrant.
From what you just said, now I'm just sitting here thinking, like, is this a thing right now where, like, if you want to jump into university, they have to look at not just your pass rate, but what you actually passed?
Yes.
Yeah, because now you can't just go and be a doctor now.
Yes,
you
need
besides that,
subjects.
because I know, you need like physics and stuff, let's say, to be a doctor, but now it needs to be emphasized more on other things, because I felt like it was just, limited.
Yeah, and being a doctor is not just physics and mathematics. You need to know how to care for people. You need to know how to nurse people. You need to be a people's person. Over and above that, you also have to have some form of business management, some form of understanding on how the medical field works. We always have this inclination that, okay, past physics, past mathematics, you're able to perform a surgery on anyone. No. If I'm coming there and I've got some mental issues, I've got some issues that I'm dealing with, some trauma I'm dealing with, you must also be able to speak to me as a doctor, speak to me as a human being, that you let me know that, listen, I'm not just healing you physically, I'm also healing you mentally. And that's the other aspect that we tend to forget, because nowadays you go into nursing rooms where nurses are literally just sitting there and looking at a sick person.
That's so angry, dude. Because
now here you are, with your degrees and all your qualifications, you think, I'm the best person that's made it, but there's a human being right in front of you that's fighting for their lives, but you don't care, because all you care about is, listen, I qualified, I went 80% for mathematics, whatever it is, I got to be in this position, so you can sit there in your dying bed and I'll not care for you. So it needs to come down to the human value. We need to understand what are we actually, and I think to bring it down, for me, my personal approach to progression has to be based on skill and talent. I think the other reason why, if you look at the 51% of unemployment in South Africa, it comes down to a level of skills. Some people will not be put into certain industry because they sit down and look at you, okay, sharp, you've got your degree in whatever it is, but do you actually have the skills to be in this position? I mean, I'm not going to run my company for 30, 50 years and decide, okay, since Chantal or since Rob got a degree in whatever they did, I'm going to put them here because of that qualification. But that qualification might send loyal customers that have been loyal to my business, might send them away because the way you address them, because of your academic approach. Have the skills to put yourself in an environment where actually this skill can excel me in this environment, but more importantly can excel the business. Because if you go into business for a businessman that's owned a business for over 30, 40 years, all the guy's worried about is loyalty. All the guy's worried about his customer service. He's just worried about, how do I retain my customers? If I put you in this position here, are you able to speak to my customers the way I did 10 years ago, the way I did 20 years ago? And that's what most people care about. Loyalty is literally what people are getting employed for right now.
Seems like there's a lot of characters, like Robbie said there, man, that's contributing to this spike. So I want to hear from you. Should schools focus more on entrepreneurship than traditional careers? It's the Bogart Morning Show. Good morning.
Okay, so do you think when your looks maybe probably now to get to where you are?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
What a question.
I'm just tasting the waters to see if he has ass. Look, like he's a snack.
Like, imagine asking someone that. That's so wild.
Thanks for having me. I just thought it's about clothes, but there's a studio also, so
yeah,
we're off to a good start.
It's also a twist, eh?
Yeah, and I saw my size when I entered, so I don't want to talk much. I'm driving a Jimmy, which is a Suzuki Jimmy 2026.
Okay. Oh.
So it's also a 4-wheel 4-wheel drive or something, I think. So I took that car up there to the mountains. I call it the scuffed-in because it's very small. It's like a lunchkin.
It looks like a lunch.
Oh, you saw it? Oh,
I've seen them. I've seen a few on the road.
So Trixie, you were speaking to Didi and Liema, and the mics didn't quite catch what you said. So I'm like, you guys say Big Brother season, yes, everything. He does not. I'm not going to repeat myself. They want to know what I said in that moment. But there actually is one thing that nobody got. But I don't actually want. Okay. Let me bring it
This is a very safe space.
I know it's not safe.
No, she's being real. When we tell you it's not a safe space.
It's not a
Anything
safe
you
space.
say can be used against you.
In the court of Bogart.
Yeah. There's certain people after the house who I've texted on some, let's work, this and that, and they just mised me. So now that I stepped out of the house, the other ones coming to me and they're like, I got this thing for you, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, okay. So before the house, it didn't take me serious.
Master Roshi,
exactly. So now it's like,
out.
I trusted you, but now I can't trust you. I really have to be selective with who I trust and who I bring into my space.
What's the first thing you did when you left the house?
First thing, just I started speaking Zulu first.
You're like, I'm tired.
In the morning, good morning. Yo, dog.
Other people don't actually understand what it was like to be in that house.
Yeah. And the thing is, once you get out, I feel like the person who can understand you, what's going on in your mind right now, is someone who went to the house.
To the house.
Yeah, that's why it's easy when I can meet up with the housemate who talk. We have a lot to talk about. There's a thing that they call the works where they put something and they take your hair.
Yeah, I see. I'm not doing that.
I try to do it in the house, man. I'll never do it again. I can advise anyone. Never do it.
Never in your life.
I never.
Hey, bro, some people they call it a monthly maintenance, boy. It's tough,
and they started doing it nice, soft, and they'll be like, never true. I never.
In the house, you had this relationship going on.
Yeah.
How's that been going? You guys are both now out the house. Are you guys linking up? Text Amanje, Tandana.
Benaz, you coming? Okay, cool, man. Everything. It's good. That's all I can say, man. We're still. Man, it's again, it's your my friends. Come on now.
Have you ever written a love letter to a girl?
Never true.
My 2000s, they don't get beatings anymore. Why are you getting beatings at home?
Yeah, when I grew up. It's not let me say lessons.
Lessons, yeah.
There's the only thing that made me fight with this soccer thing. It was the fact that because they were not partying, man. We spend a lot of time in the soccer thing. Me, I just want to look good, man. I smell good. I think that was the problem, man. Nothing else.
Okay, so do you think when your looks maybe probably now to get to where you are?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
What a question.
Like, I'm just tasting the waters to see if he has eyes. Look, like he's a snack.
Like imagine asking someone that's so wild.
Thanks for having me. I just thought it's about clothes, but there's a studio also, so
Yeah.
we're off to a good start.
It's also a twist, hey? Incredible sounds. Son L musician. Mutunzi also on this one. Ami Fako on the vocals. Levels. The time is exactly 24 minutes past the 10th hour of the day, actually, hey?
Didn't Puri do was it Son L musician? Was it him or someone? I think I saw a petition for 100,000 signatures for him to feature at the FMB Philip FMB. Was it him?
I don't know. Is it
For
not?
Pori to feature, but aren't they doing
No. I think it was
vocalist.
something Soweto.
Something Soweto.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
something
Oh,
Soweto.
yeah. I know he has to. He has to, guys.
He won't,
He won't,
guys. He won't. He
Why?
won't do it. He won't
Why?
do it. Did you see the opening of his show?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
He had all of those tweets about the Pori saga and all of that, so he won't.
Oh,
it's something
man.
that he won't.
It's just
ever
sad.
do.
So Puri just trying to buy face by trying to put him on.
The politics, man. It's always something. It's always something, man. But now us fans are getting to suffer for it.
Guys, speaking about sorry to just take the conversation. I know we're diving into another conversation topic before the sports, but I brought up the Son L musician and the barista situation up because I think about 3 weeks ago, we had a conversation with regards to the Scorpion Kings concert that was taking place, and Chantal touched on something quite important, which was about the ticket sales, where tickets were sold out already. But she said that some people tend to buy tickets. More tickets than they need just so they can resell them at the concerts. That same narrative is now went to. I mean, it's been in football for quite some time, but it's also it happened this past weekend at the game at Loftus Mamelodi Sundowns versus ASR. Also, quite importantly, at the Amstel Arena against where Orlando Pirates took on Durban City. There was a stampede that took place at the stadium, and I don't think a lot of broadcasters showcased the stampede that took place, only because there were more tickets that were being sold at the stadium than tickets that were allocated for the match capacity. And this led to almost...
Are you serious?
100%.
So that's what caused... I just saw on social media, people were stampede. There was like tigers falling. I don't know, just smoke. I don't know if it's just tigers.
So, I mean, over and above the fact that there was a match delay and some fans tend to consistently go to the games later than expected, it's always going to cause a havoc. So when you hear the referee blow the whistle and the fans start cheering in the stadium, you outside will get anxious. You get into a high level of anxiety, and you want to get into the pitch because you want to be involved in part of the camaraderie. You want to be involved in the atmosphere. So you rush your way through it because you think you're the only fan that supports Paris in the stadium. But there are 100,000 fans that are just as keen as you to get inside. So you all start rushing in, and that boils down to the point of ticket sales, where ticket sales and stadium management are, I don't want to say negligent in that perspective, but in the point where too many tickets are being sold to individuals, and those individuals sell those tickets for at a lesser price. And I'll buy 10 tickets, for instance, Ronnie. I'll sell you 5 tickets, and those 5 tickets, you'll think, hey, actually, instead of taking 5 of my friends, I'll take 10 of my friends. Now, 10 of your friends, one of them will probably bandwagon on one. So you have 2 friends bandwagoning on one ticket. I go in, I pass my ticket at the back, and you send somehow you find a way to hustle security. Security lets you in without scanning your tickets, and you're in the stadium. I come in there, and I think I bought a ticket for seat number 57, but here's Ronnie sitting on ticket on seat number 57. I'm thinking, but Chief, I bought my ticket from Web Tickets, and you're sitting on my seat. Can you not get up now? You think,
so that was the situation that was happening.
The stadium gets overly packed, and now I mean, obviously in South African football, we don't really consider seat numbers as important.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've never, it's not like I'm in an airplane. That's the only time I consider. But you're right, man. I've never actually in the stadium considered my ticket sit.
No, you won't even go. You're just going. As long as you find an empty seat, you just sit there. You just sit there. And that in a sense has caused a lot of mishaps in stadiums. I know this past weekend there was a little girl that was being stamped on the way to stadium. She was crying in tears. And of course, all you're worried about is Orlando Pirates going goal and win the league. You're not going to worry about this little girl on the floor. But that's a human being. That's someone that's being affected, and somebody that's looking to have the same pleasure that you're trying to get from the stadium. So stadium management, ticket sellers must be a little bit considerate when letting out these things. Trying to invite the public into public space,
I think also over and above going to the stadium late, people get there drunk. People get there drunk, so nobody's gonna really pay attention to to the stampede, as they want to see themselves inside. That's all they care about.
Yeah, that's all they care about.
And it's called the Amstel Arena, but they don't even drink Amstel there. They come there already with their own papsak, already finished. The Amstel is still full in the tabs. No one is drinking Amstel there.
Oh my goodness. I think, I was about to suggest, let's just have breathalyzers. But the case, if you drank, please, sugar. But anyways, it's quite exciting, man. Okay, cool. Before we get back to our topic, should schools focus more on entrepreneurship rather than traditional careers? We're going to come back with that one day. I don't know if Rob is ready with the sports there. We can dive into that. And then when we come back, give us your thoughts on that one day. This is the Bogart Morning Show. Good morning.
Top of the morning from the sports deck. Let's take a quick look at our sporting headlines for this morning. Brought to you by Score Energy Drink, coming out from a pulsating weekend as far as our sporting headlines, sporting codes are concerned around the globe. And of course, speaking about around the globe, we'll start off with some of the news coming out in England, where the Premier League is all but wrapped up. Here are some of the results that came in during the course of this weekend. Manchester United got the better of Nottingham Forest with a 3-2 victory in that encounter. Brentford and Crystal Palace could only share the spoils in a 2-2 draw. Leeds United pretty much are shocked and almost confirmed their survival as far as that relegation battle is concerned at the bottom. They got a 1-0 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion. And of course, Everton unfortunately came out second best to Sunderland with a 3-1 defeat out at the new stadium. And Fulham and Wolverhampton could only share the spoils as they both played out a 1-1 draw. And then out in continental football, guys, I have a concern, and I raised this to quite a few people in the building before I walked in. Now, the Betway Premiership has already been wrapped up, and Mamelodi Sundowns had wrapped it up about a week ago with a game against CS Galaxy. Orlando Pirates have 2 games in hand. Those 2 games in hand are now being played. Last week, obviously, the game against Durban City was the second last game they were played. Now they've got one more game left against Orbit Football Club, which will take place at the Mbombela Stadium. Now, my question to those, the PSL and the Betway Premiership organizers is Mr. Dr. Ivan Koza himself specifically. How is it that the last game of the season is being played by one team when there are 2 teams contesting for a title? Is that not fair? There's not a level of unfairness, because here I am, I'm thinking, okay, politics. I'm in contention to win the league, but now we've wrapped up all my games for the season. Now I have to sit down and watch and hope that Orlando Pirates don't win the league, because realistically, if we're all contesting for the league, what's supposed to happen is Orlando Pirates supposed to play at the Mobile Stadium against Orbit FC. So should Mamelodi Sundowns against CS Galaxy. That's the last game of the season. It shouldn't be a point where Mamelodi Sundowns have not played the season. Now we must wait for Orlando Pirates to play it. Orlando Pirates. So in essence, they're saying Orlando Pirates pretty much have won the league, because here's what's going to happen. When they play at the Mbombela Stadium, the trophy is going to go to the Mbombela Stadium, correct? Mamelodi Sundowns have no more games left. So now, hypothetically speaking, Orlando Pirates don't win the league on Sunday. They draw against Orbit Football Club. Or this weekend, they draw against Orbit Football Club. What happens to the Mamelodi Sundowns fans? Where do they get to celebrate their league winner? Where do the fans get to see the players being handed over the medal? Are they going to do it at Craigstop? Are they going to do it at the training ground, at the PSR office? Because me as a fan, I want to see my team win the league on the last day of the game. You know, where the confetti's in the air, we're all celebrating with fireworks.
Yes, popping champagne.
But now I'm thinking, okay, the league is done, but now you force Sundowns to rush through the league and finish the league. Where the league could have said, okay, actually, Sundowns, you guys can focus on CAF football. We'll keep the one game that you have for the season towards the end of the season, so at least you and Pirates can play at the same time. At least in that sense, there's no brown envelope being sent to Orbit Football Club. So Orbit, let Pirates get the victory, so they can. So in essence, they're saying the league trophy is going to Mbombela Stadium, where Orlando Pirates is playing. If Orlando Pirates wins it, the trophy staying there, and Orlando Pirates get to celebrate. But if Orlando Pirates don't win it, the trophy leaves in Mbombela Stadium, comes back to Loftus Versfeld.
No, but it shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that.
So
I was speaking to Curtis, one of our senior managers upstairs, and he told me back in 1994, 1996, how it happened is that he used to live in town. How it happened is there was a helicopter that was floating. So the league was being contested by 2 teams. 2 teams had a chance of winning the league. And there's a helicopter that was floating between Ellis Park Stadium and Loftus Versfeld. At Ellis Park Stadium, when the team scored, the helicopter would hover around at the top of the stadium. And then when they got news that someone at Mamelodi Sundowns had scored at Loftus, the helicopter literally left with the trophy to Loftus fans spot and started hovering there, just in case the winner came out from Loftus. So I'm thinking to myself, that added on to the excitement of the game itself, because we didn't know who the actual winner is, and it adds on to a level of competition. Myself, not a Mamelodi Sundowns fan entirely, but I'm thinking now, if I was a Mamelodi Sundowns fan, I would like to see my team win the league on the last day at Loftus Versfeld. I wouldn't want an announcement at home saying, "Hey, fans, we're now meeting up at Hatfield Square. No. We're going to celebrate my Mamelodi Sundowns League victory."
Back, that helicopter situation.
Where's the joy in that?
Where's the joy in that? I mean, I think more than anything, there's a lot of criticism going towards the PSL chairman, Dr. Ivan Koza himself, because now people are saying, "Okay, we know that you are the chairperson of Orlando Pirates. Are you not doing a favor? Are you not doing a favorable result or a favorable outcome for your team?" Also, the other catch-22 situation is Orbit Football Club, the same team that Orlando Pirates is playing in the last game, is owned by the chairperson of Orlando Pirates.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories that are now coming out and saying, "Hey, actually, why don't we just give Orlando Pirates the league?" Because it seems like they want it so desperate, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the situation that that's the conundrum a lot of people are dealing with right now in terms of just a level of fairness all across the football spectrum. Because I mean, obviously, looking at Mamelodi Sundowns, they had to shift their attention to CAF football yesterday. Of course, they hosted AS Asfar yesterday from a Moroccan side. Also, another discrepancy as far as our stadium attendance is concerned. Some of the fans were pepper spraying security. It was just out of hand. You know,
What does football do to you guys?
Football raises other levels of emotion, Mama. You'll never understand. To be a football fan already is as dire as being a football player itself. You can only imagine the situations and the levels of anxiety these people go through. But nonetheless, continuing with that CAF Champions League news, well, of course, Mamelodi Sundowns got a victory over Royal Armoured Forces, also known as AS Asfar. Aubrey Mudiba scored the winner as Sundowns took a narrow advantage into the second leg, which of course will take place next week in Morocco. Very, very interesting time in that regard. Of course, Mamelodi Sundowns had a whale of opportunities yesterday to come out with more than just that one goal victory. Leon being, of course, one of the protagonists, or not the protagonist, being one of the being one of the unfortunate ones to not get a hat trick. He had quite a few one-on-one chances with the keeper, and he just could not get the ball into the back of the net. And of course, the solitary goal by Aubrey Mudiba has now meant that Mamelodi Sundowns will only take a one-goal advantage out to Morocco next week. So we'll just see how things unfold in that regard. Actually, I wanted to give you guys some more news as far as the Neymar saga is concerned, but I don't think I'll leave that story for another day. But there's a big saga going on also out in Brazil, where of course the Brazilian national team will be announced today by Carlo Ancelotti, and there's a huge level of expectancy that Neymar Jr. will feature into that squad. But there was a lot of there was a slight controversy that took place yesterday, of course, in their defeat yesterday in their league game. But we'll see if Neymar is included in this year's FIFA World Cup team for Brazil, as everyone is quite expected for the young man for the 34-year-old to make it into that squad. And then finally on to some Formula One news. Well, of course, the Formula One heads into a massive European weekend as the historic Autodromo Internazionale Enzo de Deno Ferrari, of course, nonetheless taking place at Emilio Romagna Grand Prix. That's, of course, at the home of Ferrari. Sorry for that tongue twister, but this is pretty much where Formula One will take place this weekend. And there's some key points to look out for as we head into yet another Formula One roadshow, where Mercedes will arrive with a huge amount of momentum after a strong start to the 2026 season. McLaren, of course, continue looking dangerous on the race pace. Ferrari are under huge amounts of pressure, especially because this is a home leg for them. Imola is a narrow old school layout, which of course means qualifying will be absolutely crucial going into this weekend. Just to give an insight as far as the weekend's program is concerned, the practice runs 1 and 2 will take place on Friday. Saturday, we can look out for the practice run number 3, and of course our qualifying, and of course, as per usual, main event takes place on Sunday afternoon at around 3 p.m. South African time. Imola Romagna Grand Prix taking place this weekend. Looking forward to see how things unfold in that regard. Some of the drivers to look out for: Max Verstappen, of course, are traditionally victorious as far as Imola is concerned. Lando Norris also notched up a few victories during in this build-up, and he'll be one of the drivers to look out for as far as McLaren's pace is concerned. Charles Leclerc, home favourite, of course, as far as a Ferrari driver, he's under huge amounts of pressure heading over to the Ferrari Ferrari home run of the year. And of course, Kimi Antonelli, the Italian fans will be fully behind the young Mercedes driver. Of course, he's turned things around in the first few races of the year, and he'll be one of the drivers that we'll be looking out for this weekend. Last year, as far as the previous winner was concerned, Max Verstappen, as Ronnie says, of course, he was last year's victor, and Max Verstappen won the previous Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix ahead of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, both representing McLaren. We'll see how things turn out this weekend in the Formula One Roadshow heading out in Italia. That's pretty much my story for this morning. Back again on Wednesday between 9 and 11 o'clock. Until then, that's enough said.
Let's do it. It's another incredible morning right here on the Bogart Radio.
Catch the Bogart Morning Show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 to 11 a.m.
The Bogart Morning Show. The name's Ronnie J. Trey's Extraordinary DJ.
The boss here for noise. Let's throw a few donuts outside here.
Hey, I don't know. I hope he's listening. I don't know. But yeah, he's going to hear the noise.
Motorsport is a very sort of different thing. You know, you got to look at it from the stands only. It's like you're going window shopping for the most part. But what Traction has done is we open up the windows so you can get in the cars and you can experience what the drivers experience, and you can actually learn what the drivers have been taught. So that's what we've done. We've taken motorsport to the people, brought the prices down, bought the cars where they're absolutely super reliable and they're there every single time. They sound amazing, they look amazing. And we're just there to create your new profile picture, your new TikTok video. That's what it's about.
Which ex would you get back with?
I have a favorite ex, actually.
Do you think that creating friendships with your ex is good or bad?
Well, I think it's okay. Like, I feel like the only thing is, guys, the relationship must just end on bad terms. The relationship can't end on good terms.
Why?
Because then it never really ends.
Why would the relationship not end if it ended on good terms? I mean, if we realize we're not compatible, we're not good together, we're seeing that, I'd rather have an AI partner instead of you. Surely if you're saying you have a good ex, it means you're not over that person. I don't have a good ex.
Yeah, I'm not over him. Like, I don't want to lie.
But no, on national TV.
Actually. When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going.
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
We already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dial out what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys. Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Numaganjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namaje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible.
Shout out to Questa Dakar. Thank you for everything, brother. And shout out to Bogart Radio.
We've like a host with most of Tana Bang with a short base Korabella Spam Samarashia, your classic girl with international dreams. We are here celebrating 10 years of Dakar 2, and I'm here with the amazing Utapsi, who happens to also be a beautiful part of the project. How are you doing, my angel? I'm amazing. Now tell me, what has been your highlights of working with Questa with this award-winning project?
Oh my word. I mean, this song and this album catapulted my entire career. So if it wasn't for Dakar 2 and if it wasn't for Questa, I don't even think you guys would have had a Tapsi, you know? Or it would have been a little bit harder for me to get in there, you know? So I kind of feel like I'm forever indebted. And I actually can't believe it's been 10 years.
It's been 10 years.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Now it's been 10 years and it's 2026. What can you say has been the trajectory of the growth of the music industry, considering the fact that you also just went to go do your own stuff, you know? So how has the trajectory changed for you?
I think what I've noticed in the last 10 years as an artist is that like the power is in the artist's hands now, thanks to social media.
Yeah.
Thanks to, you know, like we don't really need the big labels anymore. We love them. But the power's in the artist's hands, and that's what I've seen, you know, because when I joined the industry, I needed the push. I needed the big machine behind me. And now I see the kids today just like posting and they've done, they're viral, they song the hits. So I love that for music. I love that music is like, it can just reach people quicker, easier, better, and very organically so.
Oh, amazing. Now, what can we expect from you this year in terms of music?
I'm dropping so much music, guys. Like, I'm also just gonna post and you must make a trend, you know? But I did kind of take a break for a bit and I just needed that for myself. Yes. But I'm back.
You're
almost
back
10
to
years
do it
later.
bigger and better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Trixie stars out there that are listening right now. There's a lot of young people who are looking up to you and they're like, that's the woman I want to be. What do you have to say to those people?
It's a question. No, I appreciate that. All that I can say is that Trix is also not perfect.
Yes.
I have my flaws. I've been through the most. And I just want to tell the young kids and women of age or guys of age, it's okay to go through what you're going through. You know, but pull yourself towards yourself and find yourself. It's not easy. I did not do it through my own willpower. I did it through my higher.
Gentlemen, Taman Devele is the name of this one here. Shout out to Oskido, man. So apparently Oskido has been honored, the highest honor you can get in this country. In fact, all over Africa, you know. I forgot what the honorary
What I was about to ask, what's the honor?
It's like okay, I need to
Clearly
get
it's not the biggest in Africa if you don't know.
No, but the honorary, I've never reached those levels. When I get there, I'll know, you know, because I wouldn't bother myself with it because, you know, because yeah, he's a legendary of which in the country, you know, like he can go to Matlanga Commission and tell them like, hey guys, you know, that type of honorary.
What, like a key to the city type of?
Yeah, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like they can't take him to the commissioner or something. Maybe he commits a crime. We really have to look at it like he's a president or something like that. That's the type of honorary he got. But I'll take a look at it and get the correct name for it when we come back. But shout out to Oskido, man, the legend. This guy has put on. In fact, I was thinking about it. Without Oskido, the Amapiano and everything else wouldn't have like evolved to what it is. Because if you think about it, it was him birthed the other guys that birthed Pori, and Pori birthed the Kabzas, and you know what I mean, just it trickles down. But when it comes from him, that's how amazing this guy is. A lot of people don't even like appreciate that much, but I'm glad we're giving him his flowers while he's still alive, man. What a legend. Right, we're talking about okay, this machines have got me twisted here. All right, cool. Should schools focus more on entrepreneurship than traditional careers? So we spoke about different characters, you know, just adding up to the spike of the unemployment rate that's going on in the country. But what I want to touch on, another character that might contribute. It's not fully the thing. Probably might take like 5%, but 5% of over 1 million. That's a lot of people. You know, I was thinking the economy is changing, like I said before, and things are changing. You need to do different things. So I was just sitting here thinking, you know, this economy requires you to have side hustles. Everybody's got a side hustle. You can't just have your day job and you think you're good. You know, some people do, but it's just a few number. So you might find everybody.
Sorry to interject. Even in the wealthiest people have that same approach. They say you can't survive on one income.
Exactly.
The wealthiest people in the world
can't survive. You know what I mean? Can't survive with one income. So if you're sitting at home with your degree and you're jobless, I know some people have acted upon this. Why don't just think about starting other business? Because even if you get the job, you're still going to need the side hustles. You're still going to need the extra income. So if you're just sitting saying, I got a degree or maybe I got this and I'm jobless, like you need to think outside the box. Do something. You know, I was looking at this lady. She started like a small business outside. She sells things and everything else, you know. and well spoken. Well, she's like super. Like, you know what I mean? You can tell like she's well educated, she knows a lot of things. But she's right there. She started her own business, small. She's selling peanuts and a lot of things that you find in a spaza shop. But it's not even in the shop. It's just outside. You know what I mean? She's running a business. I saw her in Alex, somewhere in Alex Day. And it's got me thinking like, so why are people wasting time saying I don't have a job because I'm just gonna sit here and be unemployed for that long?
I have to interject also, I'm sorry to say. I hear what you're saying, Ronnie, but also we need to be careful of not coming across as insensitive, because not a lot of people or not everybody have access to the resources. For example, you can't just say just start a business. Not every business doesn't need capital. There are businesses that need capital, and there are people who genuinely don't have access to capital at all. And then you may say, okay, there's businesses that you can start, but you just need to be online. There are people who don't have access to those resources, so we need to take those into consideration.
Okay, I get you. That's why I said there's a number. And also, I was going to get to it, to say, you know what, you're going to go. I was even speaking to somebody in Polokwane. They were saying, just plug us in with the job, whatever job you got, whatever in Joburg or whatever job it is. So I was like, okay, you got this degree, go to the CBD with one day, look for a job that you want. If you don't get that job, get a smaller job or something like that. So now that you got transport money to go back every time in the CBD, because when you are there every day, you got a resource to go there, because you're going to find a job. One way or another, you're going to find a job. But it might not the job that you want, but it's the job that can take you to the next place.
Can I add on to that? I think also another thing that we need to consider is the level of the network resource. I think sometimes we tend to sit down and think, okay, sharp, I don't have 100,000 rand, I don't have 10,000 rand of the business. How much is your network with? Who are you keeping around you? Sipo put out a status yesterday where he said for the longest time he's been Sipo Uncle Zach from the Gentleman's Club, where he says for the longest time he's been advocating for youth employment and youth development, but every single time he goes into the ANC ward, into the Lutuli house, every time he sits there, he sees his comrades, former comrades, driving all these fancy cars, driving all of these things, and he sits there and he thinks, only if I could get 10,000 rand from your fancy car installment on a monthly basis and contribute to the unemployment youth out in Soweto, out in Alex and other rural areas, then perhaps we'll be able to see a change in South Africa. So and I think it comes down to the network that you have around you. You know, some of the stuff we've attained on this day, it's not because Rob had access to funding. Rob had access to a network that had access to the funding and had access to someone that could open funding for whatever it is. So sometimes we need to look at our network and say, are the people that we're keeping around us really enriching us? Are they really ensuring that we are growing as individuals? Because fair enough, I can have 100 friends, but those 100 friends come to my house every single morning. We smoke hubbly. We have a dope or two. The day ends, we say our goodnights, and the next morning we do the same thing. How wealthy is my network making me? You'd say your network is your net worth. And it doesn't only mean when your network has money, then you can eat from it. No, the network that you're growing up with, those are the guys that eventually become wealth. They eventually give you a sense of wealth. But also in the same narrative, I'd like to touch on to the point of, yesterday I was listening to 7 and 2 as per usual. There was a guy that's speaking about a caucus, and he kept mentioning this number, 6 billion rand, 6 billion rand. I'm thinking to myself, 6 billion rand going to a ward. So, guys, let's take this now. I don't know, I didn't do the mathematics now. Take 6 billion rand. 6 billion rand, 6 billion of 51%. How much is that per individual?
That's a lot of money.
Top of our head, can we think how much that is?
That's a lot of money, man.
51% of 6 billion rand.
Let me ask chat quickly.
How much is that? If I was the president and I saw this as an unemployment rate, maybe, okay, guys, I'm playing a devil's advocate. Why couldn't you say this 6 million rand? Actually, guys, here's your monthly pay for being a South African. We'll give you 5,000 rand a month. And so as opposed to us giving this 6 billion rand to whatever award, for whatever they're going to do, and when they're never going to do, because somebody's going to end up buying a Ferrari or a Lamborghini anyway. Because the youth, because we have 51%, let's see.
Or 3 Lamborghinis.
If we give them 3,000 rand a month, let's see what are they going to do with it. We can track this on a monthly or weekly basis and say, okay, we gave you 5,000 rand last month. What have you done with the 5,000 rand that the government had funded?
They'll go to groove with it.
So. That's my question is. I mean, we sit down and we blame government for not contributing, but also you see the money that government is currently spending, and we think that money that you're spending on all these caucuses, all these Mglana commissions, all these things that you guys are doing, if we actually just sat down and said, okay, we've got 6 billion rand, 6 billion rand will be able to not alleviate, but we'll be able to curb some of the unemployment issues we have. Maybe we can open another sector where we can put 30% of people to work into and do some, get some skilled labor. Maybe that 6 billion rand will be able to realize in an economy and say, okay, sharp, now we work in a developing economy. There are countries around the world, and I'll use Europe as an example, probably the worst example, but there are countries that are currently sitting on 5%, 10% levels of unemployment. What are they doing right that we're doing wrong?
Yeah, man. Like I said, I was trying to make a point to say, look, not everybody starts with something, but there's a huge number of people with nothing out there that makes something out of nothing.
Out of nothing.
That's all I was trying to say. Like, it shouldn't be an excuse that you don't have the moment you start saying, I'm not doing that because I don't have. No, you that's an excuse. It is an excuse, literally. In this world, there's a lot of things. That's all I'm just saying.
I think with a lot of youth, social media has created a false narrative of what a career looks like, what success looks like. So I feel like there'll forever be a gap there because people are unrealistic. You know, not anybody can just start a business of selling stuff outside. People think they are above that. You know, somebody will say, no, I would never take a cleaning job. Do I look like a cleaner to you?
I don't think that's social media. I think it's parents, society, bazalwane, all those people.
Yeah,
sorry, Chantal. I have a friend that works in a cannabis store. And she tells me, no, my boss didn't give me a contract. I need the contract because how am I going to go to the bank? How am I going to apply for the credit? How will I apply for how will I get a car? I'm like, that cannot be your reason for getting a job.
Imagine. There's a lot of that
you
going
cannot say
around
that you want a job so you can go out and get a cell phone contract on a monthly basis. And that salary you're getting, that guy, he gave you a job opportunity. His job opportunity is for you to work in his shop. He'll pay you on a monthly, guaranteed. You're in his shop every day, you'll get your money at the end of the month. That money he's paying, he didn't say, okay, here's a contract, here's 8,000 rand. You can now go and apply for credit now. Now, if he decides, actually, my cannabis shop is not doing so well, I'm going to close it. Now, here you are, you're sitting with a car installment that you thought you'd be able to pay for 12 months, but now within 6 months of the contract that you wanted, they've told you that your job is not available anymore. Now you're sitting and you think, hey, now I'm going to be blacklisted because this person that I was relying on to find my lifestyle can't do it anymore. So we're getting into jobs. We're getting into jobs where we feel as if this job is a form of security for my lifestyle. That lifestyle leads us into a credit lifestyle. That credit lifestyle puts us into a trap where we realize, hey, actually, I look nice driving this car, but I can't survive this lifestyle. This lifestyle is out of my hands. So then you sit down and you think to yourself, this 8,000 rand I'm getting on a monthly basis, what can I do with it? Maybe just I can also learn from my current employer and maybe open a small spices shop, buy a few sweets, put somebody else on the corner, give somebody else that didn't have a job, hey chief, a couple of sweets, put this table on the corner, sell these sweets. Exactly. End of the month we have around 2,000-3,000 rand that we can share between each other. Then you've created a sustainable business, sustainable lifestyle for yourself. You know, okay, I know for a fact I've got 4,000 rand coming outside over and above what I'm getting from my boss. That 4,000 rand can all be used to support your lifestyle. You can now go and apply for your credit. You can now go do your phone installments. So I always feel like we're getting into the job environment because there are certain lifestyle we want to attain that is over and above, that is way beyond our
means.
Our means.
That's a double-edged sword also, because there are some salaries you can try and budget, Shim. You will never be able to make it. No matter how frugal you try to be, you'll never be able to make it.
No, that's the thing. That's when we say only having one income. Don't think like that. That's the narrative we're trying to get out of people. You know what I mean? Because you can always start somewhere. Something starts somewhere. If you don't have a network, you didn't grow up in a fancy school, build the network. Get a job that can make you build the network. There's a lot of jobs out there, guys. I can tell you now.
I hate the fact that the economy is set up in such a way that one job is not enough to just fund your life. Why can't I pay rent, eat, and do basic things?
There's a lot of people doing that.
On one job,
wait. There's a lot of people doing that, but they began somewhere. They didn't begin like that.
They started somewhere.
You see, that's where people are mixing. They think that, no, I should just start there. That's a problem.
And you start.
That's a very big problem.
There's literally one guy.
And everyone wants to do that.
There's one person that I know that supplies personal trainers to guys. Like the level of opportunity in terms of expanding your brain. I think like I say, we always sit in this narrative and say someone must give me in order for me to progress. There's literally a guy that started a business based on a network. He sits in South Africa on his phone, on his Zoom calls. He's literally flying trainers out to London, out to America to train people there from South Africa by sitting at home. This is just normal training videos. And in our community, for instance.
And I can tell you now, that guy didn't wake up one day and think he was going to do that.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
It's a skill that he developed. It's a skill that developed. He developed that because of his network. His network told him, listen,
exactly.
We
you came up with something.
You're a fitness fanatic. These are the job opportunities. These are the money-making opportunities out in fitness. We live in a neighborhood with tons and tons of Jewish kids. Those Jewish kids go to school from 8 until 2 p.m. in the afternoon. They come back and the mothers know nothing to do with them. So the mothers drive around with them in the communities in those big vans the whole time. Those kids sit at home. They have balls of energy. Why can't I, as a sport fanatic, say, actually, I can start a little soccer school where I have 10 Jewish kids. Come play soccer with me for an hour. When you guys go home, you're exhausted, you do your homework and you fall asleep.
Might work, it might not work.
It might not work.
But you're going to get a network out of it.
You've created a solution for a problem you see in your community. So sit in the community and realize, what is the problem? What is the problem in our community right now? How can I, within my capacity, within my network's capability, how can we make a solution for this situation in the community? And I think sometimes sit down and think, what is my problem? Sometimes sit down and think, what is the world's problem? What's the community's problem? How can you make a solution for that problem? Sometimes the problem is never the problem, but you might be the solution.
Exactly, man. So, we're just running out of time. But listen, man, my message to everybody out there, you start somewhere, but the moment you start saying, I can't do this because of that, that's just an excuse. That's literally an excuse. I'm sorry, but you have everybody starts somewhere. No matter how little it is, it will lead you to somewhere. So you just have to put your all into it. That's what I can say. I'm not saying if you don't have, there's a lot of underprivileged people out there, and most of them, they're the ones without employment. But start somewhere. That job that you think is beneath you is not. It's a road that will lead you to somewhere. Right, cool, man. We'll do this again on Wednesday. This is the Bogart Morning Show. Good morning.
Every day.